Hey guys, welcome back to BigRedEDC and welcome to this edition of JB on EDC. Now, we've got another suggestion from Skaterpunk. He was kind of wanting to hear my thoughts on stuff like coins, poker chips, and stuff like that. And I've got a couple of other things here that maybe some of you haven't really thought of before or just had at one point and then forgot. They've kind of, I don't know, I think they've kind of gone away from a couple of things, but we've had some people try to bring them back in, and I think that's kind of cool. So let's just get to the tabletop and get this one started. Be right back. All right, so here we go, guys. So just kind of starting out with challenge coins. It's really kind of we've heard different things about where challenge coins may have originated from. It was told that even back in Roman times, Roman soldiers that performed well would get extra coin. And, there's a story about in World War One, a squadron commander had medallions made up and presented him to his pilots. And, there's a story there where one of them got shot down, was captured, and was eventually released because someone recognized that medallion and knew who he was and knew where he was from. So it's very, who knows where it truly originated. I can tell you that they were very big in the military. From my time at the military, it was always kind of a little special attaboy when the captain of a ship or submarine or an admiral would present a coin to someone for doing for going a little bit above and beyond, maybe something that didn't really warrant being awarded a medal in the military, but these challenge coins. And then it kind of became a game, if you will, out at a bar with a bunch of a bunch of sailors, soldiers, whatever the case, and a challenge would be put down, and whoever had the highest ranking, if you challenged someone to present a coin and one they didn't have a coin, well, they bought a round. If you challenged someone to have a coin and they produced a coin, but their coin was from a higher ranking individual, then you were the one that bought the round. So there's just kind of some different ideas of where they came from and how they were being used. Now, I know they're popular in the military. I know fire, police, they've just kind of grown and expanded throughout that. And I mean, obviously, we have them here in the EDC community. And obviously, we're not the only ones, but I have a coin here. I give these to people that have been channel members of my channel for 2 years. Once they hit 2 years, I send them a coin. Now, I have given, some away to, special people that have really helped the channel, people like that. Very special people, very good friends, that type of thing. So that's just kind of how I use them. And, there's the challenge coin aspect, and then poker chips. Poker chips have kind of came into that. They're probably they're a little less expensive to buy, to have on hand to give to people, but I mean they basically serve the same purpose. Now this one, obviously, got this one for being a member of Mattisfaction's channel for a year, so he's kind of same. He uses these in a very similar fashion that I use these as a way to thank people, show appreciation for people's support, throughout the years. And, obviously, we've got the rule number 9 coins. You can get these from DNA Lasering. Never go anywhere without a knife. That's just kind of one of those things that have popped up here. Let's get Maddie's poker chip back out there. Now, the one cool thing is, talking about coins, you can get several different ways to store them. If you want to keep them a little bit nicer, you can get these little leather pouches. Like this poker chip just happens to come from the EDC Roundtable, and it comes in this really cool little leather slip to kind of protect it, keep it so it doesn't get scratched up and everything, because these can not only, I think maybe the poker chips could get scratched a little easier than the coins, not necessarily, but it's definitely a possibility. So, and there's other ways that you can store them. I guess I should have grabbed them. You know, you can get coins, you know, commemorative coins like this. You know, some of these coins like this, I don't really carry. You know, these are more, you know, special little commemorative gifts from people that I want to protect. I mean, you can get these little, I mean, and you can, these are a little easier to carry. But, you know, if you want to, I forget where I get this. I forget where this one came from. Let's see, Honor the Fallen. There you go. It's a Veterans Day coin. But they've got these little plastic containers that you can put them in. A little bit easier to carry in your pocket than something, obviously, you know, this size. Wouldn't probably be carrying that in my pocket. But, and like I said, you can get coins, all sorts of stuff. And it's kind of evolved into other things. You know, we've got a couple other things like this. You know, this, the beaver. I'm showing you my beaver. The copper beaver. You know, it looks like it could go on a key ring. That's probably a little too heavy for me to have on my keys. But again, it's just kind of a little pocket. If you want to carry something else in your pocket, hey, feel free. This is kind of a Beskar stone. Beskar bar, if you will. Well, it's not. It's just Damascus steel of some sort. But, I mean, there you go. I mean, it's not really a coin, but it's just something similar, something evolved, excuse me. Now, I've talked about something that may have come before coins-ish. And I'm going to start with this. This is kind of more or less what I always called a worry stone, and what I always heard called a worry stone. Now, it's kind of similar to a coin in a way. I mean, yeah, you're not really going to challenge anybody with it or anything like that, I guess. But, you know, some people, when they're thinking or just contemplating stuff, they do something with their hands. And a worry stone was a way for them to do that. Now, I had an uncle that always had a worry stone in his pocket. Now, it wasn't anything, you know, highly polished or anything like this. It was a rock. That's what it was. It was a rock, but it was a flat, you know, like a skipping rock. Circular rock, looked more like the shape of a coin. This one's kind of like a guitar pick. But it was kind of, you know, that skipping stone shape. And he'd be sitting there talking, and you could see. He'd just have it in his hand. And just it's a fidget before fidgets were cool, so to speak. And, you know, I know that was a requested topic, but I tell you what, guys, I don't have a lot of fidgets because I've just never really gotten into them. So, but I guess, you know, the worry stone was kind of a fidget before a fidget was cool. Now, there's also the wood, a piece of wood, touch wood. I've heard it called touch wood. I've heard it called worry wood. But a nice slick piece of wood does the exact, you know, same thing. Just while you're thinking, if you don't want to be annoying people by flipping your knife or clacking a fidget, you know, something like that would actually work. Could you do it with your poker chip? Absolutely, you could. Now, I don't want to rub off all Maddie's cool stuff on his poker chip. So I would, you know, if I were to, I really don't carry anything like this. But if I have them. I have some. They've been gifts from people. People sent them along, and I really appreciate them. And I still have them, and will always keep them. But those are just kind of some of the extra little pocket goodies, if you will, that you can have in your pocket. Now, like I said, I did carry a coin, you know, pretty regularly for a while. I don't even carry one of my coins, you know, one of these. much at all anymore. I did at one point, but I don't know. I just kind of gotten out of the habit, just kind of like, I used to carry a pry quite a bit and just kind of gotten out of the habit. And every once in a while, I'll pop one in my pocket. I do have a pretty decent collection of them. I would show it to you, but actually I'd be a little embarrassed because I got to get more. I don't have a nice storage space for all of them, and they're just kind of cluttered in some spots. So we're not going to do that. But anyway, Skater Punk, I hope this kind of fulfilled the topic of discussion that you were looking for. And any questions, please feel free. Pop them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer them the best I can. But thanks so much, guys. Thanks for checking out this edition of JB on EDC. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.